Hey there YouTube, this is Katie. I wanted to come on and do a video. I have been asked a lot of questions and I thought I haven't really ever done a video where I've literally just taken tons of questions you guys have asked and answered them. I have a Facebook for my weight loss peeps, if you will. And if you want to search me out on there as well, that's where really all these questions, for the most part, are coming from. I get asked these questions a lot, so I thought I will address them in kind of one big lump sum video. Today is August the 18th. This is really my 1 year, 8-month post-op. December 17th of 2009, I had my lap band surgery, and when I started, I was at 308.6 pounds. Over the course of 1 year and 8 months, I have lost 140 pounds roughly. And so yeah, there's a lot of questions, you know, that I feel that are good, legit questions, especially with 1 year and 8 months experience, right? So I asked a lot of people on my YouTube, Facebook, to, you know, give me some questions that, you know, you'd love, you know, topics you want me to address, or things that you're just curious about, or all the above. So there's lots, so I'm going to go through these with you guys. The biggest one I get asked the most, mainly because of the amount of weight that I have lost, is loose skin. Yes, I have it. And I'll start with this. I was 308 pounds. I was very stretch marked. Stretch marks were just part of my body. I had stretch marks on my arms, on my stomach, on my gut, on my legs. There really wasn't much of me on my chest too. There really wasn't much of me that wasn't stretch marked. So of course, to lose 140 pounds, yes, I'm going to have saggy skin, and I do. But here's the thing with that. I have been a religious worker-outer for the past 1 year and 8 months. So I really tried to tone and bring in what I could, versus just try to lose weight without exercise. My biggest area of concern, I guess, and it's not really a concern, but my biggest problem area would be my stomach and my gut region. However, I will tell you that it's not as big of an issue in my head as I thought it was going to be. No, I mean, and I say that because it doesn't bother me like I thought it would, and I'll tell you why. A little thing called Spanx. I wear Spanx every day of my life because it keeps me held in. I don't feel like my skin's moving, you know, and it has tightened up over the past year and 8 months. But yeah, it's still, you know, it's still there. I mean, some people have asked to see it, some have asked to see pictures, and I'll just be honest, I'm just not that comfortable doing that, but I understand, you know, a lot of people do, and that's awesome. I'm not one of them, sorry. But I will tell you, yes, I do have it, and I correct it by wearing Spanx. My arms, I do have loose skin on my arms. There's extra, if you will, but I really tried hard to not have my arms be so bad, and I use kettlebells when I do weightlifting, and I do different arm exercises when I go to the gym. Whether it's ones you're bench pressing or curling or any way that you feel muscle in your arms moving, I think that's a good thing. So that's the skin issue. Next one is hair loss. Have I experienced it? Have I ever experienced it? Blah, blah, blah. I really can say throughout the whole, you know, year and 8 months, I really haven't experienced any more hair loss than what I already had. I'm a person, and it may be gross and weird, but my shower sometimes looks like Chewbacca because I don't like my hair to go down the drain. I always like, you know, whatever leftover hair I have, I put on the wall so I can take it out and put it in the trash before my shower's over. Grosses my husband out, but it is what it is. So I can always visualize and see how much I'm losing. There are times when there's more than others, but I really haven't had a substantial loss in my hair, which is good. And I haven't taken anything for that. So I know a lot of people take biotin or other whatever herbs, vitamins, products. I don't take vitamins. Shame on me, whatever. Let's see. A lot of people have asked to see like a food journal or diary as far as foods that I eat. And I'll tell you, I will try to make a separate video. I've done that a couple times before, and they're extremely helpful. But the one that I update the most to is my Facebook, for my weight loss Facebook. I try to put recipe ideas or pictures of foods that I'm eating at that time, or all that. But I really get a lot of my ideas from YouTube. So that's that. What else? Some people ask, let's see here, I'm looking at it as we're talking here. Someone had talked about compliments, how it's hard to accept compliments because you don't really know, you know, I talked about this a few videos back where someone had kind of given me kind of a backhanded compliment, and I don't know if they meant it like that or not, but it's hard to have someone say to you when you've lost 100 or any weight, let's put it that way. For me, it was when you lost 130, 140 pounds, and they say something to the effect of, your husband's really lucky now, or something like that. Part of you wants to revert back to that heavier person and think, well, was I hideous? I mean, should he like not have been with me? Other part of me is like, well, thank you that I look good now, right? So it's a hard, I wish I had a good, easy answer for it. It's just, you have to work through it mentally. They are trying to be nice and give you a nice compliment. I think it's more mental in our brain. You know, we're the ones who have the problem with accepting that compliment, so it's just something we have to work through. Let's see, some other questions were, let's see, PBing, productive burping, if you will. What does it feel like? Have I ever had any scary situations? Yes and yes. So productive burping, sliming, however you want to look at it, means, let's say I'm eating something and all of a sudden I get this, I'm kind of almost imitating what I look like and what it feels like, because this is what my husband says happens. So we're eating and all of a sudden I'm like, it kind of backs up, and all of a sudden I feel like my mouth starts to get really full of saliva. Like you get that I'm gonna throw up feeling, and then you start looking around for a bathroom, right? It's almost like a state of panic, because sometimes it may pass and, you know, the food may work through the band and go down, or sometimes it just needs to come right back up. So, you know, it's not like a hurt. I mean, for me, it's not a hurting sensation. It's just you have way too much sitting in here and something needs to give. And it's not going to be your band. So I beeline for the bathroom. And have I had any, you know, scary or weird situations with PBing? Absolutely. I mean, this is part of our, you know, reality when you have a lap band. My husband's boss came over one evening and I had made dinner, and we're all sitting there talking and I'm eating, and all of a sudden the eyes get big. I start sitting back, trying to make the food move. I kind of have like a wiggle dance I do, like, you know, it looks like I'm just, you know, being fun and carefree. Really, I'm trying to make food pass through my band. And nope, not gonna happen. It's not gonna move. So all of a sudden I'm like, be right back. And I'm like, anywho, what were you saying? So I mean, it's just, it's part of my life. It is what it is. No, I don't want to throw up or PB, but sometimes it happens if food gets stuck, which can be from just having too much or too big of a bite, whatever it may be. So that's my, you know, scenarios with PBing. What else? Let's see. Do my scars still hurt? Do they bother me? Can I see my port? I can feel my port, and if I laid straight back on my stomach and like sucked it in, yeah, I can see my port, but it does not protrude. It does not hurt. The only time I really noticed that I have felt it or it has bothered me was I had recently got a massage, and when I was laying on my stomach and she was rubbing on my back, pushing me into the table, I felt it. It was like, oh, wait. So it was kind of a very weird, alarming feeling. But no, every day, day in, day out, does not bother me. It's there. It is what it is. What else? Sorry. Yeah. There was just a lot of questions about, oh, this is a good one, I think. Someone asked about, you know, now that I've lost weight, do I experience people with jealousy issues or treating me differently? Absolutely. On both ends of the spectrum. I noticed that there is more attention that comes with it. Not that that's always a good thing, Yes, I have noticed more unwanted male attention, but I've also noticed more female jealousy. I think everybody in your life has someone that can be jealous about anything. I do have a person like that in my life, and I just have to shake it off. Really, I just can't. That's not my drama to deal with. I've come too far to worry about you not liking where I'm at in my success because you're unhappy. So, I mean, that just kind of comes to the territory, you know. When you work that hard for that long and you get the results you want, you should be happy about that. And sometimes when someone else makes a comment or a dig, you can't let that bother you, because that's really just them with their own insecurities. So, yeah, but absolutely, that's a good question. A lot of people, you know, I think experience that. What else? Exercise preferences. I love, you know, my two biggest exercises that I do that I really like for different reasons is running and spinning. I take spinning classes, and I also like to do outdoor running and indoor running on the treadmill. Very different exercises for me. I've talked about this before. You know, running for me is a very time to clear my head and just get out there, you know, let my thoughts go, all that. Whereas spin is a very like intense hour. I have to push myself and dig deep and dig and dig and dig. So they're just very different methods of working out for me. Let's see what else. That might just be it. A lot of questions around food. And I'll tell you, you know, with lap band or any weight loss surgery, it's so important for us to get protein in. So no matter what diet or lifestyle change you are making, yes, it's important to get that protein first. I've recently kind of switched on my eating habits to still doing protein first with the rules, but really also watching my carbohydrates. You know, you could refer to it as low carb, Atkins, whatever you want to call it. It's still the same thing, same rules I was following before, just really also watching my sugars and my flour and things like that. There are problems though, you know, that come along with any type of, you know, diet plan you're following. My biggest obstacle with doing such high protein is plumbing issues. So I'm really trying to get that regulated and, you know, just keep pushing through mentally, knowing I'm doing the right things and my body will, you know, plumbing wise will catch up eventually. And times of the month, you know, when I start my period, my time in the month plays a factor on my hunger, on my sweet tooth, you know, different things like that. So these are just all things you have to be aware of, you know, the closer I get to my goal. I have roughly about, you know, 15 pounds left that I want to lose to get to my goal weight. And, you know I will get there. So it's not a matter of if, it's just really kind of a matter of when. But I'm in no hurry. I've said it before, I will say it again. I am not competing with anybody. I am here to complete my journey and then maintain that for the rest of my life. And someone asked about plastic surgery. Do I plan on having plastic surgery because of the amount of weight I've lost? It has crossed my mind, but I will be very honest. I am 29 years old. My husband and I do not have kids yet. I want to have children first. And I personally do not want to have plastic surgery before having a child, because I feel like my skin will stretch from having a child, which just makes sense. So if and when I decide to have plastic surgery, if I do, it would be after having a child. So that is hopefully all the questions you guys have asked. If you have any more questions or you want more up-to-date detailed information of foods and things that I do eat, please do go to Facebook and you can search out my YouTube name, New Toy for Katie, just the same as my YouTube one. But yeah, hopefully that works and helps you guys. If you have any other questions, please do ask, and I appreciate the questions. I know they're valid for people who are pre-op or you just, you know, freshly banded or whatever surgery you've had, or if you don't have surgery, just random questions. So anyway, hope that helps. Thank you. Bye.